to the cage we go for a professional 135-pound MMA bout. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner. Please make welcome Gerald Tony Valdez. And now, fighting out of the blue corner, shooting center blue corner. Please make welcome Joe Guerrero. This professional 135-pound MMA bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Referee is Tim Mills.
Fight fans, thanks for joining us. Sparta Combat League's Army versus Marines 9, featuring the 155-pound King of Sparta tournament. We have arrived at the professional portion of the card. That means we have 3 5-minute rounds. You are allowed to utilize the point of the elbow as an attacking weapon, and you can knee to the head while you're standing. Those are the differences. And featuring in the ring right now, wearing the black trunks, Mr. Gerald Valdez, facing off against Joe Guerrero in the orange.
And Joe Guerrero, 1-1 as a pro, but an outstanding amateur career, going 9-3, 12 fights, so a lot of experience here. Don't let the 1-1 record fool you as he goes whiffs with a high kick and a low kick, but showing good speed, good combinations right now.
Yeah, one of the more deceptive 500 records that you're going to see for sure. And Guerrero, a little slower pace than he normally has. Usually he comes out like a whirlwind on fire, but showing some respect to Mr. Valdez this evening and having a little more measured attack to start out the fight.
Joe Guerrero switching up stances here. He looks like a great kicker. You see how he kind of knifes that low kick down, so it kind of angles down in the meat of the thigh bone, creating more damage.
Chopping down into the tree, as they say.
Yes, chopping the tree down. Showing good hands there, good speed and good footwork, and switching stances as he goes from orthodox to southpaw. Being very elusive here.
And Valdez, the opposite, a little more of a static stance, stalking forward, shuffling his feet just a little bit at a time, and that's the problem with having your leg planted like that, is you can take one heck of a leg kick.
That's right, and Joe Guerrero is a hell of a kicker, and he's showing that off as he lands a straight left, and he goes right back to orthodox stance, making it hard to figure him out.
And Guerrero training with Justin Gaethje, one of the best leg kickers in the business, so you know he's seeing those leg kicks in the gym and feeling them and knows they're effective.
And that's how it is when you train with a guy who's really good at something. You get good at it too. You get good at defending it, and you get good at
and new Sparta Combat League heavyweight Muay Thai champion.
Corner of Guerrero asking him to be a little bit more active. Boy, just that running forward, and look at that just slash showing up across the
already, and look how it's angled at 45 degrees, because Guerrero is chopping with that.
There's no doubt about where that kick landed. It looks like a bag of grapes right there. My goodness.
I heard the win on that high kick, man. He is a great kicker, it's Joe Guerrero.
And Valdez taking his time in order to try to get his attack going so far.
Seems to be a step behind JR.
Yeah, and you know, a little bit, I don't know if it's feeling out process, if it's just a ton of respect for what his opponent has, but really not doing much as far as trying to get this fight going yet.
A lot of times, too, he doesn't even go for the takedown. Guerrero had top position there and didn't even go for it. He's content to keep this fight standing. But a lot of times, a guy with that kind of movement and switching stance and flashy footwork and good kicks, that kind of hypnotizes you, and you sit there trying to figure him out, and that looks like kind of what Gerald Valdez is doing. He's sitting there trying to kind of gauge the timing of Guerrero and can't quite get a beat on him.
Guerrero doing a good job with his footwork, continues to stay active.
And stay right out of the range of those punches. And now Guerrero slips. Oh, and there goes Valdez for the guillotine. Great counter, but right back on it is Valdez. Guerrero looks like he's going to come out the back door, and he does, and right away Valdez goes for switching from the head and arm choke.
Nice switch off by Valdez, but Guerrero, great job getting himself out of a couple of bad situations.
Yeah, defending that guillotine twice in a row. But Valdez showing he's got submission skills that you got to respect, and here he is, trying to get that arm deep, going for the head and arm again. Let's see if he
reaching through, see if he can thread it through.
Now he's pushing the head down, going for the opposite head and arm. And there he is, front guillotine. Guerrero recognizes it, working on that single leg, but can't seem to finish. Good job.
Guerrero called for him to get up, and he did exactly that. So
just in
showing
time.
his ring savvy, listening to his corner. That's a skill in and of itself, sir.
Definitely is, JR, and you do not want to finish the round in that position on the bottom. That might have cost him it, but he gets back to his feet, lands an overhand right as this first round comes to an end.
Speaking of finishing the round, there it is, and some blood coming out from behind the left ear of Mr. Valdez as we head into the corner.
That overhand right before the bell caused that damage. I did not notice that blood before that.
And it's bleeding a little bit significantly.
Yeah,
Doc's going to go in and take a look at that and make sure nobody's going to lose an appendage in there.
Usually a lot of times when you see that, the fighter's ear was already damaged, like puffed up from cauliflower, and the strike popped it. There you see Guerrero slip to the ground. Valdez on that guillotine right away.
Boy, he jumped on that, didn't he?
Yes, twice in a row. Great defense.
Guerrero, actually, nice little bit of a knee tap there to roll it through.
Combat League would like
brought
to
it around and knew where he was going to come up. It was going to be uncomfortable, but also knew he was going to be in a position where he wasn't going to be finished immediately.
Birthday, buddy.
Just wisely able to work his transitions from there. Referee Tim Mills, center of the action.
Very excellent technical fighting we saw here in the first round, both from the stand-up and from the grappling positions.
And Guerrero continues to impress with his footwork, just very light, very mobile.
Yep, just a step ahead, staying just out of the punching range of Valdez.
Never a stationary target.
Nice low kick there again.
Another brutal one, slashing
and
across
another
there.
One. And he shoots a single. He finishes a strong double leg. Valdez attacking the neck here.
Classic lift. The coaches tell you to circle that hand to the ceiling to finish that takedown. And boy, he got some elevation with that. A couple of frequent flyer miles for Valdez.
Attacking the neck. He's got the arm in. Guerrero doesn't look to be in trouble, but what a finish on that takedown. And that's how you finish takedowns. You have to go circular. See how he switched directions so Valdez didn't have a chance to defend it or get his hips back.
And escape from the guillotine now, going rubber guard is Valdez.
Yeah, mission control. Valdez impressing me from his back. He tacked the neck with the guillotine right as Guerrero got out of that. He had attacks mission control with the rubber guard. Once again, putting Guerrero on the defense. And in my opinion, kind of winning the round. I mean, when the other guy's defending your game on the ground, in my opinion, you're losing the battle.
Top or bottom, doesn't matter. Yes, sir, I agree with that.
And right now, Guerrero defending. He pulls out of that one, getting the back of Valdez. Right away, softened him up with punches. Has a nice tight waist. Let's see if he can capitalize and get the back.
He's immediately going to work with his punches. Did not waste any time.
That's right. Slides that left hook in really well. See how he's controlling the left leg of Valdez there with his left instep.
Valdez doing a good job keeping his right hip pinned against the cage. That's keeping Guerrero from being able to step all the way through and attain full mount.
Yep, he does a good job of
full back control.
Escaping that leg, but once he posts with that, Guerrero goes right back in and weaves that left hook in.
And Guerrero, again, beautiful job listening to his corner.
Yes. Looks like Valdez might be out of this one, and he is. But fighters are back to their feet as we're at the halfway mark of round two.
Boy, and they both stepped forward on that one. A couple of fastballs thrown there. Excellent
back and forth fight. Valdez showing some good submission skills on the ground, attacking, keeping the guy on top, guessing, and defending his game.
And interestingly enough, though, as good as his submission game is, we haven't seen him be the one to try to put it down on the mat at all.
That's true.
And
It's Guerrero who got the takedown.
clang, foot comes off the cup. Darn it.
Little exit on a low blow. Referee's giving him a minute to recover. I think he's getting just a warning.
Yep, referee Tim Mills over telling Mr. Valdez, hey, I know it was accidental, but you got to be in charge of your weapons. And Guerrero being told you got a couple of minutes to recover there.
And I don't see any puffy cauliflower on that left ear, so my guess is that punch opened him up, opened up a fresh ear.
Yeah, actually might be on the scalp right behind the ear.
Yeah, that's true. Guerrero going right back to work with his feet. Seems to be the better kicker here, and it's showing.
In the corner of Guerrero had been calling for him to utilize more kicks.
Oh!
Up and down.
What a slam! That was set up off of mid straight left from Guerrero. And Valdez attacking the neck beautifully, switches to the mount as Guerrero tries to escape that back position. Full mount. Valdez here in the second. Good bucket of the hips. Guerrero is right out now. He's up on top. Front headlock goes around to the back. What a back and forth action.
Guerrero just would not concede the position, was not going to give it up.
He had great scrambling skills. Now he's attacking the neck, and he might have something here. Oh, that is deep. Let's see if he can escape his right hand. Valdez trying to get his shoulders to the mat, trying to scrape Guerrero off the top of him.
Corner of Guerrero calling for him to go to the mount, so they're not believing that he has the choke yet. And Valdez away from the choke, able to keep that chin tucked. That's his whole world right now, keep that chin down.
Yeah, Guerrero needs to pull him over to the left side.
Good adjustment there by Valdez, swims through with the right arm.
Now he has switching arms, and this looks tighter. He needs to go to his right now. He could figure four and lock the body triangle, and he gives it up. Going back from right arm to left arm, just attacking that neck relentlessly.
Valdez, good job with his hand fighting. Keeping himself safe so far.
Yeah, showing good defense right here.
10-second clacker. I think Valdez
is going to make it out.
Breathe out of his ear holes for the final 10 seconds if he had to.
And a great back and forth round. Guerrero finishes a round in the dominant position, in my opinion. Stole that round, but who knows how the judges score it.
That was a heck of a slam by Valdez in there.
Yeah, right, it was. This whole fight's been back and forth. Great scrambles. Both guys in dominant positions. Both guys attacking submissions well. Guerrero with a good takedown. Valdez with a good slam. Just a very close battle, JR.
This is what the fans are here to see.
I love these back and forth, really technical. A lot of scrambles, good stand-up.
Yep, well matched, fast-paced.
Oh yeah, it's a good fight.
You don't hear lots of people saying, I like a fight where they stall a whole bunch.
But cage control.
And there we go, checking out the giant slam.
Oh, right.
Ramsey.
First thing to hit the mat was Guerrero's head. My goodness.
It's a tough way to break your fall with your lips.
Yeah. Here we are, third and final round, back and forth fight. Both guys looking good condition. Guerrero, the quicker guy, the better footwork, but Valdez definitely holding his own.
Especially on the ground, Valdez just barely, but I would say maybe with an advantage.
Yeah, even though Guerrero finished stronger in that second round, until then, Valdez was attacking a little bit better on the ground. On the feet, Guerrero the better kicker. The hands have been pretty much even.
Yeah, Guerrero really showing a nice, well-rounded game this evening.
Yeah, good kicks, good punches, good scrambles, good takedowns.
Look at that, just never plants his feet, never stops, never lets his opponent get a read on where he might be next for a moment.
Yeah, mixing it up beautifully, shooting the straight left from the southpaw, shooting that single to double leg from the orthodox stance, kicking well from both stances, mixing it up very well is Guerrero here.
Ooh, inside leg, and that's just brutal, my goodness.
We heard that. Right back to the outside.
People that
Are
are
calling for more.
People that have trained in kickboxing or MMA, it seems you can condition your legs quite a bit to take an outside leg kick. It seems to be much more difficult to condition them to be able to receive an inside leg kick.
Yes, or the ones across the front of the thigh. And as we said, that Valdez just missed with a high kick. He's going for a little showtime. Anthony Pettis pushing
push
off the
cage there, nicely done. Probably the day before that fight, people were in the gym telling Pettis, that'll never work.
Boom, nice right hand from Guerrero, and he counters with a beautiful single leg. Valdez right away attacks that neck, and that guillotine looks tight. Fishes the arm, and Valdez looking to cinch it up here.
Great job of getting his guard immediately. Valdez knew on the way to the ground that's what he was going to have to do. And now lost the hand position. Did Valdez, so Guerrero in a much better place here, but still, there he goes, pops his head out.
Man, and once again, right when he escapes the guillotine, going for that mission control rubber guard, but he gives that up, and now Guerrero in top position as Valdez goes back to that rubber guard.
And now the corner of Guerrero saying they'd like to see a finish here. So they
very
want their fighter
interesting.
to start and put it together, start working some heavy ground and pound here. He definitely needs to get his posture going a little bit here and try to break that mission control position.
Yes, and really this it makes it so difficult for judges to score because Guerrero secures the top position with the takedown, but right when he goes down to the mat, Valdez attacks with the guillotine and the rubber guard, but now Guerrero in a good position to pass. So you cannot pass the guard on your knees, or it's very hard to. The best way, if a guy's got a good rubber guard is like that, is to stand up and get some space. Much easier to pass the guard on your feet.
Yeah, tried to shuck the legs by, just didn't have the power to put into it, and now we see Valdez starting to handcuff his opponent a little bit, just kind of holding on, controlling the posture, and Guerrero a little better here with at least having his hands off the mat. A few minutes ago I was making reference to the fact that he had both hands on the mat, and that's never the position where you want to be when you're ground fighting.
Definitely true, JR, and we're coming down the last minute of the final round here in this back and forth fight, and I think it's just going to come down to how the judges score it. You give it to the top position guy, or do you give it to the guy attacking submissions well as Valdez throws up a triangle?
You called that one. And Guerrero wise to it.
Pulls out and gets side
So
control.
let's see if he can do something in the final 45 seconds here.
That
would be a great place for him to put a stamp on the end of the round.
That is just what he needed. Escape the guard where Valdez was attacking with submissions, get into a more dominant position of side control. Now he's looking to go around to the back, but Valdez, a great job of escaping. The fighters are back to their feet.
20 seconds to go. Might have been one of the first kicks of the fight we saw from Valdez there.
Yeah.
Snaps the nice stiff teep kick out there.
The final second, Superman punch from Valdez, answered one from Guerrero, and this fight comes to an end. And really, in my opinion, this is a toss-up, a very close back and forth fight. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a draw.
Fans, if you have raffle tickets, we have a winner of a .45 caliber pistol, and that raffle ticket number is 420-9939. Again, winner of a .45 caliber pistol, raffle ticket number 420-9939. If you have that winning ticket, please go claim your prize at the Green Beret booth on the concourse.
That's something you'll never see in California. A raffle ticket winner winning a .45 caliber pistol.
Welcome to Colorado,
in
only
the Wild West.
Well, we haven't seen the judges have to do whole lots of work this evening, but got a little bit of a task in front of them on this one.
Got their hands full now.
Checking out the replay here and seeing Valdez get off with some of his offense during the fight. I felt he could have been a little more offensive, not quite as weight-oriented in his attack, but man, every time that he closed in, he was quick looking for the submissions.
Yep. Guerrero jumped down on that single leg, get the takedown, but before he secured it, Valdez was all over his neck.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored about 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Joe Guerrero.
Congratulations, Mr. Guerrero. Able to up his record to 2-1.